judicial branch of government are all here awaiting to receive His Excellency President.
Dear viewers, you are watching Spoon TV, and I'm Sylvester Chirople. We are coming to you live from Cestos City, Riverside County, Circuit Court in Riverside County. So here you have the Justice Minister, Minister Toy.
Minister of Justice is also here awaiting to receive His Excellency President.
Chief of Justice.
So he has just arrived here in
the
Cestos.
President just disembarked his vehicle, and he will have handshakes with the officials of government who are posted to welcome His Excellency President Joseph Nyoman Boakai. There you have Justice Minister Councillor Toy and the Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia, Siana Yor, is also here, and they are all, so there you have the President, His Excellency President Joseph Nyoman Boakai, making handshakes with officials of government here.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Nyoman Boakai, Senior.
So the President continues his handshakes with officials, Council of Elders here.
Have a seat. After this official welcome ceremony.
Yeah.
Folks, so wherever you join us from, this is LNTV Liberia Live and ELBC Radio. Coming to you live from Cestos.
So you have the superintendents of the county, you have the other local government officials here.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, will now ask that you all please rise for the playing of the national anthem.
So the national anthem of the Republic of Liberia is being requested for. That's the national anthem of the Republic of Liberia. They're being raised. So the dedicatory ceremony now officially begins here at the
Joseph Nyoman Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia.
Circuit Court.
Your Honors, Siayan and G. Yo, Chief Justice Yusuf V. Kaba, Associate Justice of the Honorable Supreme Court of Liberia, Honorable Senator Wellington G. Von Smith, Senator of Riverside County, the Honorable Councillor N. Oswald Twe, Minister of Justice, Attorney General of the Republic of Liberia, and Dean of the Supreme Court Bar, the Honorable Superintendent of Riverside County and county officials here present, members of the Cabinet here present, the Honorable Judge, Second Judge of Riverside County, and Court Administrator, members of the Judiciary, our chiefs and elders, the people of Riverside County, members of the Fourth Estate, other official platform guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. This is the program marking the dedication of the 14th Judicial Circuit Court Complex here in Cestos City, Riverside County, on today, the second Monday of August, which coincidentally also happens to be the statutory period set for the opening of the August term of the court. We begin our program this afternoon with a word of prayer, and we call Reverend Sis J. Tuagu, Chaplain of the Supreme Court of Liberia, for our invocation.
Mr. President, Your Honor, please allow me to read certain passages of scripture on Psalm. Unless the Lord build this house, they labor in vain they that build it. Unless the Lord watch over the city, the watchman wicked in vain. It is vain for you to rise up early to sit up late, to eat the bread of sorrows, for so he giveth his beloved. Amen. This is a stark reminder to all of us. God has been concerned with justice. He still is. One of the reasons the court process bill meaningful is for the dispensation of justice. God is reminding us that unless and until we intentionally execute justice, all our efforts will be in. And I pray and thank God for those who have made enormous sacrifices and resources for the construction of these facilities. May God bless the work of our hands. In Jesus' name. Let us pray. Father, we thank you again for another opportunity as we gather here to dedicate this very important place. Consistent with your word, Lord, empower us, make us to be the kind of people you want us to be. In the time of all the truth, amen, let justice rule the waters and righteousness that's true. So we come, Lord, pleading with you that you give us that enablement. Devil will strive to get us off track. But help us, Lord. Pray and thank you, Lord, for the men and women, our leaders, who thought it wise to construct this court for the end that your justice will be dispensed. As we present the rest of the program, you take your glory, take your honor. And pray, Lord, that all who have come to witness this program, even as we go on a terrible condition for our road, you bless us. Come in peace, so we all depart in peace. This is our prayer. Thanks to you now. Pray in the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you.
So that's Reverend J. Joy Gu.
I'll now invite Councilor Elizabeth
Chaplain,
J. Nelson,
Supreme
Court
Court.
Administrator of the Supreme Court of Liberia, for our introduction of the petition.
Your Excellency, Joseph Boakai, Senior, President of the Republic of Liberia, Your Honors, Siane G. Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Liberia and Associate Justice Sophie Kaba, Councilor M. Oswald Webb, Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Republic of Liberia, members of the Liberia County Bar Association, Mr. President, you are here, and members of the Liberia National Bar Association, Madam President, and members of the National Association of Trial Judges, Madam President, and members of the Riverside County Bar Association, Honorable Superintendent, the Mayor of the City of Cestos, City, Chiefs and Elders, and the people of Riverside County. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow colleagues of the judiciary, the media. Today, I'm pleased and humbled to welcome His Excellency Joseph Boakai, Senior, President of the Republic of Liberia, and all of you to this ceremony marking the official dedication of the 14th Judicial Circuit Court Complex, Cestos City, Riverside County. On behalf of your honors, the Chief Justice and Associate Justices of the Honorable Supreme Court of Liberia. These facilities are funded by the government of Liberia to serve as a seat of the 14th Judicial Circuit Court Complex, Cestos City, Liberia. Following notice from the contractor, Mr. Mohammed Buta, General Manager of the Vita Construction Company, that construction and furnishing work had been completed at the complex, Honor Siane G.O., Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Liberia, mandated the Office of the Court Administrator to get the complex ready for dedication by the President of the Republic of Liberia. Your Honor, as per your mandate, I have the honor most respectfully to inform you that my hard-working and selfless staff and I have inspected these facilities and consider the 14th Judicial Circuit Complex ready for dedication. Thank you.
Officially declaring the facility.
And now I'll be pleased to invite Mr. Mohammed Vita, the CEO of Vita Construction, for the presentation of the court complex.
So we will now join the CEO of Vita Construction, the entity to construction company. I carried out the construction of this beautiful piece of infrastructure here.
President of the Republic of Liberia, member of the legislature, we are honored the Chief Justice and Associate Justices of the Supreme Court of Liberia. I am pleased to turn over the key of the Judicial Court Complex, which is the seat of the 14th Judicial Circuit Court. My sincere thanks and appreciation go to the judiciary branch of government for the confidence in the Vita Construction Company for the construction of the complex. The Vita Construction Company assures the government of Liberia of its commitment to the delivery of quality service. I thank you. And now, I invite Councilor Elizabeth J. Nelson
So we'll officially turn over the keys.
So you just listen to Mr. Mohammed Bata, CEO of Bata Construction Company, the company that constructed the 14 Judicial Circuit Court complex, and then the official turnover of the complex.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasing duty to invite for a special statement Her Honor Siangan Chiyo, Chief Justice of the Honorable Supreme Court of Liberia.
Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Liberia,
Statement here at this dedication ceremony.
will now make a special remark.
Your Excellency, Joseph Boakai, Senior President of the Republic of Liberia, my distinguished colleague of the Supreme Court bench, Mr. Justice Yusuf Itaba, members of the Legislative Committee of Riverside County, Mr. Minister of Justice, Attorney General, and Dean of the Supreme Court Bar, Councillor N. Oswald Tweb, retired and former Chief Justices of the Supreme Court of Liberia, and all former and retired Justices of the Supreme Court bench, and former and retired judges, the resident circuit judge, magistrates, court and administrative staff of Riverside County, the court administrator, and the entire administrative branch of the judicial branch of government. Mr. Superintendent, the mayor, and other officials and citizens of Riverside County, particularly Cestos City, our development partners, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I find appreciation in the words of the psalmist I found in Psalm 118, verse 24, and I quote, "This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it," unquote. It is with great honor and profound gratitude that I stand before you today for the formal opening of this judicial complex. Coincidentally, today also marks the formal opening of the circuit courts within the 15 counties of this republic for the August term 2024, with the exception of the 6th Judicial Circuit, which opens at another time. The next term of that court is in the month of September. With the completion of this physical structure, we of the judiciary branch of government celebrate the fact that we are on the road of moving closer and closer to our goal of building and completing judicial complexes in all the 15 political subdivisions of Liberia, as well as magisterial courts. It has been more than a decade that any magisterial court in this republic has been either renovated or built. Instead, the legislature and the executive that have a full responsibility of establishing magisterial courts and magisterial districts respectively continue to establish magisterial courts within their respective counties, and without putting funds in the budget for the stipendiary magistrate, for the building, in fact, of the complex first and foremost, and for the salaries and other benefits of the stipendiary magistrate, with 2 associate magistrates, and a group of 10 staff of those courts, of those magisterial courts. In fact, 2 weeks ago, I heard over the news that another legislator had placed on the floor the opening of a magisterial court without been any budgetary allotment. I happened to have met him at an eye clinic recently, and I told him that this particular Chief Justice and this bench will not accept it until money is included, because it is their prerogative to make appropriations according to the Constitution. So if you want to establish or put honorable, put your money where your mouth is. On that note, I seize this moment to extend heartfelt welcome to our esteemed guests of honor on behalf of the Honorable Supreme Court and the entire judiciary. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Liberia, your presence signifies the unwavering support of the executive branch of government toward the judiciary. And I do not say this lightly. The executive branch of government, the history will show and prove that it is only this branch of government that continues to stand up for the rule of law in this country, in their support for the judiciary branch of government, in what you see here today. Mr. President, your presence also amplifies the significance of continuity in government, which conventionally refers to the principle of maintaining stable and uninterrupted system of government over time. Similarly, I want to thank retired Chief Justice Francis F. Cockrell Sr., under whose administration and construction of this judicial complex was commenced and completed. Although absent here today, I personally and the judiciary branch want to acknowledge his dedication and service to upholding justice in Liberia, which is the foundation upon which this complex stands. We also take this time to thank former President Dr. George Weah, during whose administration funds were provided for in the budget of the judiciary for the construction of this judicial complex. Now, referring to foundation upon which this complex stands creates an opportunity for me to provide a brief history of this judicial complex, particularly for the enlightenment of us all and all of you, our esteemed guests, including your Excellency. Noting that we are yet to be given the opportunity, though, Mr. President, to formally present and discuss with you our 5-year strategic plan, which embodies the development agenda of the judiciary branch of government. Thanks to you that we have already commenced talks, informal talks with the Dean of the Cabinet, who is now ready and willing to incorporate our development plans in your arrest agenda under the rule of law. Thank you so much. Further, this 14th judicial complex, Cestos City, Riverside County, stands as a testament to the Supreme Court's vision of expanding judicial infrastructure across Liberia, which initiative aims to enhance access to justice and improve judicial service delivery for all citizens and residents within our nation's borders. The same vision has guided the construction of similar judicial complexes in Bakuru, Sando, and Nimba counties, and new court buildings in Bumi and Grand Jida counties, respectively. The decision to construct a judicial complex in Riverside County was driven by what I would want to call significant infrastructure gap in the region. Now, let me explain this. Pardon me, but I need to explain this. When I first entered ascended to the Supreme Court bench as an associate justice, I was given supervisory thing over the Riverside County, Grand Julia County, and Sino County. I was the oversight justice. And when I visited Riverside County to view and see the circuit court, I came and met at the time Judge Smith of Sintet Medley, okay, in a little place. In fact, the City Hall had ejected the judiciary from the City Hall. They said they wanted to expand. Similarly, during that same tenure as I was supervising these three counties, the county authorities also in Grand Julia County ejected the judiciary from their premises. In both instances, I was a new associate justice on the bench faced with this situation. I went straight to the then Chief Justice and I said, look, we have, at least with Grand Julia County, we have a building there that is a little adequate that we can renovate under they have been built by the quick impact of only the proper bulk for oil in that building. And I said at least we can renovate it. Again, we had to practically drag the legislative branch of government just to give money to renovate that building to host the court. Similarly here, we have to go and to a quick impact structure to host this 14th judicial circuit. And I told the former president of the local bar of this county that I will put him on and his people on record. Because at the time, I had requested them to put their arms around Judge Smith at the time to put even a toilet in that facility because there was no toilet in that facility. This is how I want people to see why we are talking as we are talking, and it has nothing to do with salary. It just has to do with the dignity of those of us who expect justice, that will be treated with dignity. The case of Sintet Memory was succeeded by Judge Bauer and Judge Bauer just to bring self-esteem as a circuit judge, single-handedly renovated that facility. Now this ought not to be. This ought not to be. I always say, when I say something like that, I say then I wasn't Chief Justice. Because now I am Chief Justice, we will have our courts. You heard Mr. Bita, whose company was contracted to build this complex. We signed that contract was signed on July 12, 2021 as part of the Judiciary's Infrastructure Development Plan that nobody cared to find out about. The project was fully funded by the government of the Republic of Liberia through the executive government. On September 23, 2021, official groundbreaking ceremony took place in Cestos City, Riverside County, attended by county officials, including local authorities and the legislative caucus. Let me say thank you to the legislative caucus for this part, for their part they played. But please, you cannot only go and represent just your county. It has to be represented. You have to represent the entire judiciary. So we thank you for coming in with the judiciary, members of the legislative caucus, the chiefs and elders of this county for giving land, etc. But please, as a member of the legislature, the judiciary needs all of you, and not because you hail from a particular county and you are able to influence your police to put that money in the budget. please let us expand our vision. This complex cost a total of $1,626,238.80 United States dollars. The 14th Judicial Circuit Complex, similar to the judicial complexes in other circuits, is more than just a building. It is a symbol of hope and progress. It represents our nation's commitment to ensuring that justice is accessible, impartial, and efficient. It is a testament to our belief that a strong, independent judiciary is vital to the health of our democracy and the protection of our citizens' rights. In this new era, we face numerous challenges from political and economic turbulence to social inequalities and global uncertainty. Yet it is within these walls that the principles of fairness, equity, and justice will prevail. This complex will be a beacon of hope for all Nigerians, a place where the law is administered without fear or favor, and where the rights of every individual are safeguarded. In the same vein, Mr. President, it is high time that the judiciary be accorded its proper appropriation of the national budget as a branch of government and not a subset of the other two branches of government. And I emphasize, the judiciary is a branch of government and not a subset of the other two branches of government. Over the years, the budgetary appropriation to the judiciary has been comparable to some line ministers in the executive branch. Not only has this been unfair, it is tantamount to what we refer to in legal parlance as a travesty of justice. While the judiciary remains committed to the fight against corruption, it must be that lack of adequate funding rules inefficiency and ineffectiveness in every system. And I like, Mr. President, what you always say when we meet with you, that give the person the tools to work with, and then you will have reason to chastise him or penalize him or her for failing to do their work. And that is all we are asking. Give us the requisite tools to budgetary appropriation for us to do our work, so no more will it be said that this branch of government is corrupt or efficient, etc. So as we joyously dedicate the 14th Judicial Complex of the judiciary, we remain cognizant of the outstanding work that must be done. As I said, we are building judicial complexes now and not merely courts. This judicial complex, Mr. President and Senator Smith, is not complete because our judicial complexes now, according to our drawings and whatnot, supposed to be fenced in, and they're supposed to have a residency for both the resident circuit judge and an assigned judge. There also has to be a cafeteria and a resource center. But right now, this facility does not have those because of the lack of budgetary appropriation. This was what we could do, and we did it properly. Not because of any lack, but we have done it. But we are saying there is more left to do. Continue to come around us. Let's fence our facility in. Let's build the residences for the circuit judges, and let's have the cafeteria and the resource center, a library. Every term, the Supreme Court hands down opinion, and those opinions ought to be in a resource center in each of the circuits. But because there are no budgetary allocation for that, for even the Ministry of Justice to codify the Supreme Court opinion, the last codification of the Supreme Court opinion was done, I think, in 2005. So can you imagine from 2005 to 2024, Those opinion of the Supreme Court that constitute the third group of laws in this republic, not to be available to lawyers, to judges, and to the common citizenry just to read the opinions of the Supreme Court. Mr. President, and I will particularize this here, Senator Smith is my good friend. Other officials of government, let me take this moment again to just thank and recognize in a special way the Bitar Construction Company and its CEO, Mohammed Bitar. You know, one may ask, they gave the contract to a white man, a Lebanese man. But you know, one betting, you're not going back there. I want to encourage you, Liberian contractors, try and be very, very sincere. Be sincere. Be sincere. This young man and his company, this place here was sad, because what was happening, this million of dollars we talk about here, it came in every budget year. They brought it in, it just trickled in. But this young man and his company never stopped in this work. They continue to work and use their own resources. Right now, there is still an outstanding balance owed him. But you know what he did? When we talk about coming to dedicate this court, he bought half of these furniture and other things for the court. So he has to be commended. He has to be commended. And I'm saying we were betting as a judiciary by Liberian contractors. And I say openly here, be sincere in what you do with people's funds. We have a case right now that came all the way to the Supreme Court where we have, can you imagine, the court suing is contractor. And today, that court, we have to go and look for extra money. It is a magisterial court. We have to go and find extra money to complete that court only because of Liberia took the money and absconded to the United States or wherever. As we dedicate this complex today, let us commit to fostering a culture of justice and accountability, where the law serves all people equally and fairly. Let us ensure that this complex remains a place where truth is sought and justice is delivered and with unwavering integrity. In closing, I quote the words of Chief Justice John Marshall of the United States Supreme Court, who said, "The Constitution is not an instrument for the government to restrain the people. It is an instrument for the people to restrain the government. Let it come to dominate our lives and interests," unquote. Let this judicial complex be a constant reminder of our duty to uphold the Constitution and protect the liberty it guarantees. May this complex serve our nation well and for generations to come. I thank you.
That's the voice of the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Liberia. Her Honor, Siana, you're there any special remark here at the dedicatory ceremony of the 14th Judicial Circuit Court Complex in Riverside County.
To turn over these keys of the 14th Judicial Circuit, Riverside County, to you for onward submission to the resident judge of the circuit. And Chief Justice, the reason why Councillor Wang and actually Francis is here. The controller is not here. The budget is not here. The ACA is not here. I want this story to be told. Because for each time something is done, is a code administrator's office. I want for this story to be told that from the onset of the groundbreaking period, these guys were all here. I was here, but I sent them ahead. And the story they told me was that, oh, we were coming, we couldn't get to Cestos. We have to jump on motorbikes. Howbeit, they got here, and the groundbreaking ceremony was done, and we left and went back. Since then, Madam Chief Justice, it's an up and down to Cestos on this back road, backward and forward. So I am pleased today to inform you that this is what we went through to have this complex update. So on behalf of all of us, our staff and myself, we want to make this presentation to you now. It is very, very pleasing heart. Thank you so much.
This is our resident judge. As per tradition, I turn over the keys to the judicial conference. And without fear or favor, I think I am my
Please now
So the official turning over of the keys to the resident judge
At this time, we'll entertain brief remarks, and we'll begin with the Honorable Superintendent of Riverside County.
His Excellency, Joseph Yima Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia and Monrovia, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia and all associate justice present, the Honorable Senator and members of the Riverside Legislative Caucus and other caucuses present, the citizens of the Riverside Bar Association, and beloved people. There is a saying, and for honor was saying, what more do we want? We are thankful and grateful that we can be part and parcel of the opportunity that the people of Riverside can once in their life enjoy this complex that we are to honor, we are undertaking and we benefit. Your Honor, many a time people consider this part of the country, our location, to say, are people in Riverside? And we say, yes, there are people in Riverside. Our location does not separate us from the Republic of Liberia. So for this, we are on an obligation to enjoy everything that befits the people or human beings. We want to be thankful to the judicial system for this. Now that we have the opportunity to have this complex, there are special outcomes that will be here. Special outcomes that people have to make use of. The special outcomes, they are on sale. Many times people will say we cannot do this in Riverside because we don't have the manpower. But Your Honor, you can see the Riverside Bar Association is not here. So at this time, we find it difficult for people to say, oh, to get staff to go to Riverside is difficult. Because we are conscientized our people, and our people are then schooled in the rightful area so they can take the cabo authority to serve our own people. We can assure you, Your Honor, that with this complex here, officials of the country, we will do all to protect and maintain this place, because we will make sure that this place is used for us, and we as the people that will use it, we're supposed to protect it. It is unfortunate to note, while justice serves as a catalyst for development, most of our district there is no court. People district, they have to come to other districts to access justice. And when people are far away from justice, then it's dangerous in the society. And I also want to be thankful that the justice minister is here. There are districts in the country, no police officer. And I'm told, and with the little reading I'm doing, the justice system must start, even for the police. So if someone is hurt, where do we find justice? We have 2 districts where there's no officer, no police officer, no any security officer in our district. So we worry. We are very worried. But we know that the change has come and the time has come for us as the people of Roses. We will continue to encourage our legislative caucus, and we will also work with the office of the president. We have district no court. We are worried about the Yadin district, where we have to cross rivers upon river. When people are temporary, how do they access justice? So we want to be thankful to the judicial branch for having this here, but we will work along with you. We'll make use of our legislative caucus, and we work along with our president to make sure that the judicial system is set so that the people can benefit. Now, as I speak, today we have our county agenda, the county consultation through the Ministry of Finance and the Internal Affairs, and we've been discussing these things. We started from the bottom to top approach when we have the district consultation. Today, we are continuing with the county consultation, and all of the things Your Excellency will be in our county consultation, because the issue of justice, if we are to move forward as the people, the rule of law must be upheld to, and we will not take it back. Again, let me say a big thank you to us all, and we hope to work together to move the system forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Dedicated judicial office used for its intended purpose. Statement here.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, our honored Chief Justice, Associate Justice, Liberia Caucus, that is the good caucus, our elders, to my wonderful people of Liberia County, Your Excellency, Chief Justice, permit me to stand on existing protocol. On behalf of the Liberia County Bar Association, it is my distinct honor to welcome everyone here to the opening ceremony of the 14th Judicial Circuit Court, Liberia County. Today marks a significant milestone in our pursuit of justice. This new facility represents more than just a court. It embodies our collective commitment to upholding the rule of law. Chief Justice, Your Excellency, the Liberia County Bar is an integral part of this court and has a major role in ensuring that this court functions properly. Our bar has qualified counselors at law and attorneys at law, and I would like to use this opportunity to appeal that the Liberia County Bar is considered during the appointment of judges to the specialized courts to ensure that justice is administered to our people speedily and efficiently. Finally, on behalf of the Liberia County Bar Association and the peace-loving people of Liberia County, I want to extend our heartfelt gratitude to the government of the Republic of Liberia, to the Liberia County Caucus, to Bata Construction Company, to the public servants. During the past term of court, during the court opening, whenever we came for court opening, we interacted with public servants who were here also helping during the construction work. We want to say thank you. To our community and religious leaders, we want to say thank you. To our elders, to our traditional leaders, we say thank you. And to everyone who made this day possible, we say thank you. As we move forward, the people of Liberia County, please let us rally around the court, the judges, to do everything to maintain this facility. On Saturdays, let us come here and do cleanup campaigns. Let us work together to ensure that this facility is maintained. Long live the people of Riverside County. Long live the Republic of Liberia. Thank you.
So a special statement up here of the Riverside Bars Association, now the Minister of Justice. Minister.
The Honorable Minister of Justice, Attorney General, and Dean of the Supreme Court Bar for special remarks.
Minister Towe will now proceed to the podium and make his remark.
Good afternoon. President Boakai, Chief Justice, you, Associate Justice Kabar, Senator Smith, and members of the Riverside State Legislative Faculty present here, members of the government here present, Madam President, members of the Riverside County Bar, our chiefs and elders, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a very significant day, and I'm honored to be here to participate in the dedication of the 14th Judicial Circuit Court Complex. Indeed, in performing one's duties and services, the environment in which you work plays a very important role. It serves as a motivation and added incentive for you to perform well. We have a good place to work, the performance will improve, but you are comfortable. You work in a presentable place. We are thankful and we appreciate what the judiciary has done to improve the work environment, infrastructure of judges and members of the judiciary. While the structure is here, we should make use of it. We implore the citizens and residents of Riverside County to use the courts and not to take the law into their own hands. And we are hopeful and we are sure that when you come and use the court system, seeking justice, you will find justice. Seeking redress for wrong, you will get redress. You'll be served in a transparent and fair way. So again, we will use the courts. We know the court system sometimes, it takes a very longer time. But civilized people, which we Liberians are, we have to be tolerant and patient and give the rule of law a chance. So please, do that. We want to tell in a proper manner the Chief Justice member of the Supreme Court that you have the support of the government through the Ministry of Justice in carrying out your vision and your strategic plan. We all have to work in a coordinated way to allow our nation to reach where we all want to reach. We all love our country. We are patriotic Liberians. And I'm sure where our country is, we are not happy if we are inside. We are not happy. If we are happy, then we deny Liberia. So we all have to work together, coordinate, to see how we make it better. It's better to say, I tried, I did my best, than not to do anything at all. We can't accept, and we should not accept the status quo. We should always try to change it. So again, on behalf of the government, we implore you for this, trying to have courts complex in all our countries. Because we hear the complaints. Judges are assigned to places that will go and look for houses and things to stay in. The president wants to stay in, have a case before you. What would the poor judge do now? He's to try to remove all the risks and requirements that we that we improve the transparency and neutrality of the court. Because we know our judicial officers, they are well-meaning individuals, well-versed in the law, that want to see that justice is carried out. We shouldn't hamper that by putting unnecessary demands and strain on them. So on behalf of the executive branch of government and Chief Justice, we say thank you, and we know the court will be used for the intended purpose, that justice will flow through here, that people will serve with dignity, in a dignified manner, and bring honor to the Supreme Court and our nation. Thank you.
Justice Minister Torre, is there any his remark here at the program?
One of the happiest
marking the
sitting here today,
official dedicatory ceremony of the 14th Judicial Circuit Court Complex.
And I say this because, you know, like
the
Chief Justice said, I think all of you know where the circuit court is, in the back there, way in the back. And I remember when we came to go there to break ground to build
a special remark will be taken from the Riverside Legislative Caucus.
When the photo was shown to the senator, he said they can't carry it now. They got to be wrapped on the mirror so everybody they can see that Cestos light. So we said, but the only land we got, he said we'll find land before tomorrow, we'll build that thing on the mirror. And he got on the chief, I think they worked all night. But when day broke, we said we were going to that place, they brought us here. And this place was a bush, a forest. And they did what they had to do, but today Senator also wants to say thank you, because this opens out the road to your city. Thank you very much. It is my honor to invite Senator Wilson Smith to speak on behalf of the caucus.
So Senator Wilson Smith will speak on behalf of the Riverside Legislative Caucus.
President Boakai, Madam Chief Justice, I beg, because of time, to stand on the existing code. I did everything humanly possible to be here today because I could not afford to miss this thing. Can you imagine from the airplane straight here? I did not even reach Monrovia. Because today represents too much coincidences and too much historical meanings. First time for two heads of the three branches of government to meet in Cestos City together. Then, a member of the Supreme Court who was responsible for Riverside that came to the opening of court, and I was privileged to have a conversation with her that night. May the soul rest in peace. John Smith and myself met her that night, and we initiated a discussion of a circuit court. Today, she is the Chief Justice that came to dedicate the court. Then one of the judges that was always detailed to Riverside on an assignment is an associate justice that came to dedicate the court. And so the people of Riverside, we are very happy because one judicial man said in our court that if it was not for the sake of injustice, we will not know justice. At the judicial level, Riverside have been suffering too much injustice. The construction and the point of dedication of the court represents justice on our part today. Madam, this is the beginning of the journey for access to justice. A few months ago, I think it was at the State of the Nation, and you and I chatted, and you told me to reduce it to writing, which I did. And then later on we met, and you told me that the legislative caucus carried the greater portion to fund the money, because at areas today we need a magisterial court in Monrovia. We need a magisterial court in Zamitown, close to the border with Nigeria. And it's a major mining zone, highly populated. You know, the contradictions of Riverside is that our population is not concentrated on the seacoast. And so people overlook the little bit above of the population of the country is concentrated inland. Also, we need a magisterial court in Atia. These were the three areas I mentioned in my letter to you. Because for somebody to seek access to justice from Atia area is like you are traveling from here to go to Bikema. And so if the person will have to pay $5,000 or $7,000 on motorbike to come and bring their thing to the court, and if that money is available, then the person reaches a point of saying that I will cause a trouble when the government comes for all of us. And so we appeal. Also, the issue of the specialized courts. I can boastfully tell you, Your Honor, and members of the Supreme Court bench, that if Riverside has any judicial problem today is not the qualified or the scarcity of qualified minds. We have had enough, and they are willing . And they are willing to come and serve the judiciary in the county, especially the three specialized courts. We have councillor members of the Riverside bench that are willing to come. And in due course, we will be making those recommendations to us, to you. President Boakai, I wanted to say something, but just within that time we decided to hold recess, and I must say, thank you very much for your presence here today. And from the local things, Your Excellency, you will come back. Because in my lifetime, for me to see electrical poles to be positioned along all the way to Cestos. I know historically we were left behind, but I know history has no intention to perpetually keep us at the back. Thank you very much for the people of Riverside, for us to see light poles in my lifetime. To be coming to Riverside, to my people. The reason why government. The national government in return provides these facilities is for us to use it for the intended purpose. You cannot have a state-of-the-art judicial complex, and then because you want to express your dissatisfaction or your grievances against somebody or whatsoever, then you can't bring it down. No. Let's use it for the intended purpose. We appeal to them. Malachi just says, I can assure you. As a member of the Ways and Means Committee of the Liberia Senate, and now the co-chair of the Public Account Committee, we will do everything possible within our reach for us to take one step at a time, because limited resources, competing demands. Thank you very much. And when people of River says, let's cooperate with the central government. Let's dedicate more profits, so that at the end of the day, when we are leaving the scene, our next generation will have something to build on. Thank you very much.
Senator G. Smith, there any remark on behalf of the River Cestos Legislative Caucus? At this point, His Excellency President Joseph Boakai will mount the podium for a very special remark here at the dedicatory ceremony of the 14th Judicial Circuit Court Complex in Cestos City, River Cestos County.
Other members of the President's Cabinet, Mr. Superintendent of the River Cestos, and members of the local government structure, other platform guests, Mr. Chairperson, National Council of Chiefs, and elders of the River Cestos, members of the National Bar Association, and other legal practitioners, former officials of government, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On the occasion of the dedication for the 14th Judicial Circuit Court Complex, I have the honor this time to present to you His Excellency Boakai.
His Excellency President Joseph Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia, will then proceed to the podium for remarks as he dedicates the 14th Judicial Circuit Court Complex.
Good afternoon, please have your seats. The honorable members of the legislature here today, Your Honor, Supreme Court Chief Justice, Your Honor, Justice of the Supreme Court, members of the Cabinet, Superintendent, public officials, municipal authorities of Cestos City, the media, students, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and I know Kennedy goes
through the protocol. He does everything, so please join. Before I make my statement, I always like to assure the Honorable the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court that I am not at any time offended by the announcement that they are in place. When I was Vice President, I used to always say, in Liberia, we pretend to pay and the people pretend to work. We want people to do the right thing. We gotta give them the right tools. And we don't really realize that the dignity of one person, non-Liberian, represents the dignity of Liberians. One with like on the Supreme Court, because of their structure, they are decent structures. If we want the people, I don't know what you feel, but for the judges, the courts, to operate in a place that is not representative of our country, for me, is demeaning. And so, I promise you, we will support you in the endeavor to make Nigeria proud, even in the dispensation of justice. We assemble here today for the purpose as noble and the sanctuary as a cause for strengthening democracy, reinforcing the rule of law, and uplifting the act of governance in our country. Kindly accept my gratitude, Madam Chief Justice, for the thoughtful invitation extended me to be a part of this serene ceremony, an exercise which falls squarely in seeing the government drive for the decentralization of the means of governance and the devolution of power and authority to a broader segment of our population. We converge under the ambit of the Constitutional Council, which designates our three branches of government as separate but coordinated. We come to dedicate, consecrate, and celebrate this judicial center edifice, bearing the goal of acclaim the fruits of constitutional democracy and the sanctity of the rule of law to a greater number of our citizens. You will note that a key pillar in our arrest agenda is the rule of law, on which our three branches are duty bound to coordinate. We, the executive branch, have fully on board the judicial branch in the quest to accord those shouldering responsibility of interpreting our law and dispensing justice, intention, and empowerment they need to be effective in the discharge of their functions. I should assure you, Your Honor, that we fully share your concern for strengthening of the judicial system of our country. I hold that we are to challenge the courts to rise to nobler standard by which justice is distinct. We must also hold ourselves squarely responsible to the account. We must undertake reasonable effort of placing at their disposal that which is required effective and efficient. This indeed is a two-way street. We therefore reassure you of the commitment to work with you to ensure that centers such as this are established in each of our counties. As we open this new center for the public, we do so with a renewed commitment to lead this nation on a new trajectory of governance and nation building. We must imbue in this nation a new mindset about every sphere of our existence as a nation. So compatriots and partners, if we are to make strides in the direction of sound and productive stewardship of this nation, we must make conscious effort to tone down acrimony, to foster cooperation, and to lean heavily on the commonality of our purpose. And I believe that this is what brings all of us to Cestos City today, making a loud and clear statement of our unwavering desire for the rewriting of the narrative of this country. I trust and pray that we dedicate ourselves to do this together. Let me resound my call for us, the three branches of government, to bond together and focus our effort in sanitizing our dear nation. Corruption, abuse of power, diversity of justice are all critical areas that need our collective attention. I should note here that at the core of all this is a trust. We must all push for the prevalence of justice and equitable dispensation of justice within the realm of the rule of law. The foundation of our governance superstructure is firmer if and when there is greater confidence in the judicial system. As I have said on many occasions, I see this morning and so opportune for the turn of a new page in the history of our nation. I can see lying before us yet another opportunity for us to either take charge of our situation and make neither turn around or sink again prosperity by again remaining stuck in our usual plenty talk and doing nothing. Taking into account the lessons we have learned over the years, I trust we'll up and embark on a new better course. Permit me the honor and Chief Justice to close by again reaffirming our government's desire to see greater coordination and camaraderie between our three branches of government. I see that as the only choice we have if we are to raise the hope of our people and setting them to embrace the thought of a new possibilities in this country. I, therefore, look forward to more of these judicial centers with a particular prayerful hope that they will indeed be temples in which justice will reign supreme and into which injustice will find no opening to enter. As we dedicate this magnificent edifice to justice, let us here, emboldened by our collective resolve, as always, to think like Liberia, love Liberia, and together do it. May God bless work of our hands and save the sick. Thank you very much.
And that's it, His Excellency President Joseph Newman Boakai with that succinct and precise speech or remark there. And then greets the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Liberia, who is being seated on the President's right hand side, and on the left is the Justice Minister, Councillor Towe, and other officials of government who are here for the ceremony.
For honor the Chief Justice and Associate Justice and the guests for the formal dedication and ribbon cutting and a tour of the facility. We kindly beg that only the guests, the President's guests, will be on the tour of the.
So
for you, the people,
the tour will be taken out to see the facility. The a little over 1.6 million project.
For a brief ceremony for the formal opening.
That's according to the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Liberia.
Look, I'll do something.
Everybody can come. It's okay. It's okay. Everybody can come.
So the President, alongside the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Liberia, Justice Siana Yor, they're cutting the ribbon of this project. There you have it.
Come this way, come this way, come this way, this way.
Wait.
Building the flag, we are already into the judicial complex.
So the President and other officials are now making tour on the facility. So this is the main area.